Guys, I just realized that the route with the optional CG is the alternate route, which gets the skills for these three, but not that one for Ayumu. So yeah. So I'm not gonna be also, I checked. That no longer exists. So that means that I'm not gonna be having that skill. But I mean, that's fine, I guess. I'm assuming that all of the skills for the other characters can be used anytime, but this one was one of those really costly ones that only worked on Nayuta. So it's fine to lose that. Anyways, it's just that I'd put this part, record this revelation for some reason, don't know why. Anyways, so yeah, I just wasted like 2 seconds of my life. Yep. Welp, I finally got to a thing that we haven't seen yet. This is day 6 at the library. Eyes, Sleeping Beauty thing. Yep. So, yeah. Finally. Also, I'm not in... Actually, no, that may mess with the recording. I'm in windowed mode right now. I'm usually playing full screen. So it feels a little weird, but whatever. Finally, I'm here. Enter the club room, careful not to bump into students or walls. Library. Did I say club room? It's not like I don't have a campaign to take care of. What a slave driver. Carrying a stack of classic literature. Literature teacher told me to take these to the library. Get the feeling Yumina is better suited to helping out like this, but maybe the teachers think I'm just like her since I hang out with her so often. That would be pretty bad. I need to set them straight later. Put the pile of books on the return counter and massage my weary shoulders. Well now, I could go back to the club room, or I could... Told Kurara what I was doing, so it should be okay if I got back a little later. I used a lot of energy carrying these books, so maybe it's time for a break. I started looking for a good place to sit down in the library. Hey, Oh, she's sleeping. Didn't mention that it was an optional Kurara CG here. Although actually it probably was included in the original one. This is gives 2 different routes for chapter 4. Yep. This is the only one that gives a training day though, so I needed this one. I didn't notice that Aya is here sitting at a table. She's in her usual chair with the usual books beside her. Collecting information again today? You're such a hard worker. She's sitting upright back, but I can tell she's asleep. She's as busy with the election campaign as I am. I'm sure she's sleeping because she's tired. What if it's okay for her to sleep here? I don't think Nayuta's followers do anything to her, but it's probably best to look out for them anyway. At the risk of sounding hypocritical, there's no telling what she will do. So I'm guarding her and resting at the same time. I pick a random book to read and sit down next to Ai. I'm sure she's just taking a little nap, so I'll just match my break to that. I flip through the pages of the book and lean back in my chair. Oh, hey, Mino. Oh, Mino. I indicate the sleeping girl next to me. Mino quickly presses her hand to her mouth. She lowers her voice now that she understands the situation. Don't worry about it, so long as Ai doesn't wake up. I think we're good right now, but I'll tell Yumina you offered to help. It'll make her happy. I know that. When we're short on hands, we'll be sure to ask you for help. That said, I think the chief is going to keep piling up things for us to do. Maybe we'll need you soon. Mino, you really are a workaholic, aren't you?
働き者っていうより、ちょっと貧乏症なのかもしれませんけどね。
Also, by the way, now that I'm playing in windowed mode, people look different. Because windowed mode stretches the entire thing to fit the screen. So it's a lot stretched out really far horizontally. So yeah. Mina smiles a little bitterly, but I don't think it's anything bad. People who work hard and diligently rarely get the credit they deserve, but they're quite admirable. And in fact, Mina is the chairman of the library committee because she lives up to the others' expectations.
どうかしましたか?
Oh, I was just thinking that you're pretty admirable.
私が?
Oh, sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable.
いえ、そんな。ありがとうございます。嬉しいです。
I see. Well, you're welcome. Mina was a little flustered, but she seems genuinely happy. That's fine and all, but the way her face goes red makes me feel both happy and a little embarrassed. Oh, good, eyes waking up. Oh, Suddenly, I yawns. Startles Mina so much that she shrinks back.
すみません。うるさくしちゃいましたか? では、私はこれで仕事があるので失礼します。
Ah, sure. See you later. Watch her go, still a little dumbfounded. Going red like that, then remembering that I was there and jumping in surprise, she sure is a busy girl. Now that she's gone, I turn to I.
Alice.
Alice? What? Sorry, that makes no sense.
眠れる森の国のアリス。アリスは主人公の接吻によって目覚める。
Okay, for a moment I thought she was, like, mistaking someone for someone that she knows. Also, I don't think her name is Alice, though. That's a fairly typical fairy tale.
私はアリス?
Well, I don't plan on kissing you, why? So no. No, I haven't kissed you.
そう。
Her voice remains level. But I get the feeling that she sounds a little disappointed somehow. So, are you okay? Falling asleep in the middle of your work like that?
そんなことはない。私はいつだって優秀。
Sure you are. But you fell asleep.
これは計画的な仮眠。今目覚めたのも時間通り。
Sure you did. If you insist. But don't overdo it, okay? If you come down with something, we're all in trouble.
わかった。気遣いには感謝しておく。
I always takes care of the work she's been given, but I guess it does take its toll on her. When she's tired, she should rest instead of pushing it. It's a small thing, but it's important.
歩夢は何をしにここへ?
Taking a break, and keeping watch over you while I'm at it.
刑事さん助けて! 同じ学園にストーカーが!
No, I'm only doing it because it would be bad if...
寝苦しいところを見せてしまった。
Underlings try to do something to you. Yes. Look, I don't mind, okay? I do lots of stuff I shouldn't do in class myself. She doesn't react to my joke. Instead, she's mulling something over as if something just occurred to her. Maybe she's pretty shocked that she gave into her fatigue.
起きる直前に、歩夢が舞乃と妙に親しく話していた気がする。
I don't recall it being peculiar. That's what's bothering you? Come on, who cares?
どうだっていいと、私も思う。でも、妙に気になってしまって。
We were just talking. You really don't need to worry about it.
わかった。
There's a trace of displeasure in her voice, but she starts tidying up her books. It's only my conjecture that she's displeased, but the fact that I'm picking up on it could mean that I'm getting closer to her.
では、私は部室に戻る。調べ物は大体済んだから。
I'll come with you. I'm running rather late, but I'm sure the chief won't get mad at me.
大丈夫。部長には、歩夢と一緒に1時間ほどご休憩していたとメールしておく。
No. Don't, especially not using such suggestive phrasing.
もう送信してしまった。
No. That was quick. Holy crap. What's with the triumphant snort? You're doing it on purpose, totally.
仲良くするの のはいいのですが、他の人への迷惑だけは。
I'm sorry.
わかった。ここは退散。
I takes my hand and drags me out of the library. I could see that Mina was startled, but I let myself be taken along, resigning myself to my fate. I feel a little ambivalent, but that emotion soon disappears when I see Ai's face and profile. I guess it's fine so long as she has fun. Dots. Okay, so now we're on day 7. You know, I no longer feel like turning the thing on and off every time. So day 7, AM, Club Room, Agent Ayumu. Also, there's no walkthrough as far as I see for this chapter 5 and beyond. So you don't have to worry about me looking back too much. Roof, who am I? Come on, I was gonna use that as the pun, maybe. That's a punable thing. And have not seen this before, so... Oh, are you taking a break as well? I've encountered Ai here on the roof. I'm here because I felt like looking at the sky for a bit after my work tired me out, but what's she doing here?
Ayumu mo kyūkei?
You could say that. I want to look at the sky when I'm tired. It's been like that ever since I was a kid. Even if I can just get my mind to relax, my body will soon do the same. Something like that.
私も似たようなもの。こうしてたまに空を見てる。
Somehow this feels different. Normally I can't have a decent conversation with her. But today she seems kind of fragile, unlike her usual unflappable self.
歩む、少し。
Sure. Huh? Oh, sure.
ちょっと話をしたい気分。休憩の邪魔にならないなら聞いてほしい。
I live. I looks at me and chuckles.
生まれ故郷での私の話。優等生として頑張っていた頃。
You what?
何か疑問が？
Never mind. Go on. I just find that hard to believe, since she's always so whimsical and lives by her own rules. Also, the title menu music is playing right now. That's why I don't know how to react to her story about her hometown. Considering what she's like now, I just can't picture her as an honor student.
私の故郷では普通の人と優秀な人をきっちりと分けるような慣習があった。そこで私はみんなと同じように優等生を目指していた。私には憧れる人がいた。その人はとても優秀で、周りのみんなにも慕われていた。
I get the feeling that it was either Carrara or alternate Yumina.
それが私のお姉さん。
It was not either of them. Unless... Your sister. This is the first I've heard of I having a family, having blood relatives. It's quite a surprise, but I keep my cool and wait for what comes next.
でも、正直、姉さんは私のことをあまり好きではなかったように思う。
She didn't like you. Are you sure you aren't just imagining it?
わからないけれど、少なくとも好かれていた記憶はない。そのことを向こうではずっと考えてた。どうしてなんだろうって。
Did you find out the reason after you came here? I shakes her head. Seems like it's not that simple.
私には私の仕事がある。もちろんそれはこの学園でもちゃんとこなしている。でも私にとっては疑問の答えもそれなりに大事なこと。学園生活の中でいろいろ試しているのが現状。青春的に言うなら自分探しの途中。
You You mean you're less certain now than you were as a child?
そうなる。だから、歩夢に聞いてみたい。今の私と昔の私、どっちで過ごせばいいのか。このまま手探りを続けていてもいいのか。
I think for one day, also known as just like one of these scenes, you should be like you used to be, just so that I can see the contrast.
疑問の答えがどこにあるのか、よくわからないから。
So you want me to choose between one or the other?
簡単に言えば、どっちが正しいのか。
Serious question, which I hadn't expected from her. Normally, I would probably have given her a vague answer to avoid having to make a choice. It's not as if I know what I was like back then, so I can legitimately dodge by saying I can't answer. But today, for some reason, I don't feel like doing that. I think they're both okay.
そうなの？
I mean, you had a reason for being serious, didn't you?
周りがほとんどそうだったから。
So basically, you decided to be an honor student to match your surroundings, to make life easier for yourself. So you were just like I am now.
歩夢と同じ？
I don't like effort. In fact, I'd rather not study at all. But if I don't, society will crack down on me, so I'm bending myself to fit in. There's nothing wrong with that, so I think that no matter how you choose to be... No, wait, that's not right.
え？
There's one thing that I want to know. Which time is more fun to you, then or now?
楽しい？それなら、今かも。
Then just be like you are now. Who knows, maybe your sister will understand too. I closed her eyes, possibly to reminisce about old times. Then her face breaks into a smile, as if she just remembered something.
そうなのかも。
Oh, but that's just what I think. There's no basis to it.
今は歩夢の考えを信じておく。あの人とはどうせなかなか会えないから。
Oh, well, I guess that works. This is a strange feeling. Be able to talk to I like this feels like an important experience.
歩夢はナユタのことどう思う？
I think she likes cats. What do I think about her? She's pretty strong. Actually, I just realized, of all the things that I've like skipped, I don't think I've done the one with the cat. Yeah, girls' dorm isn't on the list. Huh. Yes, this... Yeah, because usually I prioritize the person that we're fighting and Carrara. But in this alternate route is prioritizing the people in the club. Huh.
そうじゃなくて、性格と戦い方。
I think she has laser beams of death. Oh, that. I recall what I saw with my own two eyes. Laser beams of death? I can't say I like the way she fights. I won't go so far as to say it's unfair, but I don't think it's appropriate for an election. But from what I've heard, she doesn't have a bad personality. She's hard on herself, and she thinks about the common good rather than about individuals.
うん。私が聞いた性格もそれに近い。そしてその性格は私の故郷で正しいと言われているものと同じ。
I think it's not just your hometown. It's like that in all of Japan.
うん。だけど、今の私は彼女のその性格に反発してる気がする。どうして自分がそう感じるのか、よくわからないけど。
I was full of surprises today. In this case, I had no idea I thought like that. I'm opposed to Nayuta as well.
歩夢も？
I don't know if it's for the same reason as you, though. In fact, I don't really know why I feel that way myself.
そう。でもいい。自分一人だと思うのは少し寂しいから。
There are quite a lot of students who oppose her, actually. I mean, considering what she did.
そうかもしれない。でも、クラスにも大っぴらに言う人はいないから。
I see. So even I has times when she's uneasy. I'm happy that she's this open to me, that she's telling me these things. Especially since it's so hard to get anything out of her normally. This moment is precious to me, as though it was a gemstone. I get the feeling I've gotten a little closer to her. If this was just about any other game, I'd be like, does this go by a point system? Aoi? I don't think that's her name, but whatever. Oh. It said, youth, the time to find oneself. Date. Yep. Okay, so Clubroom Yumina, let me sing. And this is a non-skippable, so that means that I have not seen this before. I'm done looking around, so I've returned to the clubroom. I sent someone inside, so I opened the door without even checking if it's locked. I'm back. What are you doing? Actually, are you okay? The first thing I see when I enter is Yumina, who's having a coughing fit. It's as if she forgot how to breathe right. Yumina, what were you doing? I came in like anyone would. What do you want me to do, knock or something? If it would be an awkward situation when somebody walks in, then you're supposed to lock the door. Accelerator had it right. Yeah, you should probably do that in your own room. This is the club room. It's a public space. Also that. That's dangerous, Yumina. Especially if you're in public. Doing what on a whim? Practicing? Oh, singing. You're sure taking it seriously. Okay. That's kind of amazing and kind of not. At any rate, she seems to be in the right spirit, so I should just watch. Speaking about peppers. My drawing class, I'm sketching peppers, using a pepper model. Hopefully my pepper is alright. Go for it, I'll be your audience. Okay. What? Why? You're supposed to sing in front of an audience. What good hiding away, do you? You don't have to be that conscious of me. But you've been singing tons up until now. She's getting upset. I don't really care, but I don't see why I have to be the subject of her anger. Can't believe you made it this far then. You waited that much? I always figured you didn't mind that at all, so that's a bit of a surprise. I mean, after you charged into the principal's office to try to avoid repeating a year. Okay, sorry. So, what about that singing you hate so much? Changed? And it starts to feel good, right? Maybe. I think you have the makings of one.
Oh,
it's nice to know that those two are here. Actually, you acting like that is mean. That surprised me. When did you come in? I didn't notice at all.
ユミナが歌い始めたあたりから。
Then you were here before me. Where were you hiding?
で、二人で変態談義をしていたわけか。
違う。ほら、歩もなんか言って。
If I had a really good memory right now, I would just be listing off a lot of things out of context. Yumina was the only one saying preferred things.
部長、やっぱり夫婦がいる。
それがお前ら二人の得意技なら、決勝の演説でも使ってみるか。受けは狙えそうだぞ。
Maybe. Just maybe. Hello everyone, I'm Ayumu, the red one.
緑のユミナです。はい、よろしくって誰がやるか。
I like how they know their colors, at least.
グランプリを狙えそう。
Yes, they could.
本気で芸人になるつもりか。
違うの。私はもっと別のことをしようとしてたの。
She explains about her voluntary training, half in desperation. At the end of it, Kara nods gravely.
そろそろ羞恥心が捨てされたのだな。
That's one way to put it.
全然伝わってない。違うの。私はただこれまでの演説とかで歌を気に入ってくれる人に出会って、それも一人だけじゃなくて何人もいて、声とかもかけてくれるようになって、ほんの少しでも誰かが喜んでくれるのならいいかなって。恥ずかしいのはずっと変わってないけど、でも最後まで歌って私の気持ちで決勝を戦い抜きたい。
I see. Sounds like she's driven entirely by her emotions. It would be a point of concern in any other candidate. But I can tell she means what she says. Yumina is just too good to others. She really cares as much for their happiness as she does for her own. Even though she hasn't exactly been blessed in life until now. Maybe that's exactly why. She can appreciate small boons, especially because she's been through a time when she didn't even have that. That's what I think.
とりあえず、ユミナの気持ちは分かった。だったら、ここで景気づけに歌うといい。
That's right. I'll be your audience.
私はヘッドバンキング係。いいぞデストローイ。
I think I've had an overdose of this game today.
いえ、そんなに改めて場を作ってもらわなくても、私は一人で。ユミナ、手伝いに来たよ。
僕の方も時間ができたから。あれどうかしたの？
Yumina's going to have a mini concert.
勝手に告知するな。本当？私ちょうどいい時に来たかな。
Yeah, I guess you did.
普段は裏方の作業とかあってじっくり聞く機会も少ないからね。
もう分かったわよ。みんなにもちゃんと感謝はしてるんだから、その感謝の気持ちを聞かせてあげるわ。
Yumina finally gives in. She takes a deep breath, then starts to sing in time with our beat. It's really fun to be here. Yumina's learned Liars and Scars Beta Level 2. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna... So, I want to keep that because I kind of want to... Actually, I think I don't know. Just in case. Or something. Okay. Day 8 p.m. The future she envisions. This is also going to be one we haven't seen yet. Oh, wait a second. Actually, before that. Was it skills? We got it for I and for her. Okay, so let's see. Give the time to find oneself. Raises all stats and special defenses. All allies. Ooh, and it only costs 23 things. Also, I should... Oh, yeah, somebody said that I need Null Silencer. So wait, what skill do I need? Elimination? Oh, wait a second. Did I need level 2? Nope, I'm good. Okay, so... Such a good time to be doing this. Wait, why am I... Me... Wounded Heart, lowers enemy forward spirit attack. This raises forward spirit attack. Then I think I'll go switch that with Null Silencer, which needs to remove continuous thing. Wait. You think that this would cost... Well, it's continuous, though. I don't know. And we'll switch this with that as well. Okay, and then what did we just get for Midorishita Yumina? Was it Liars and Scars Beta? Raise all allied SL attack and lowers enemy SL attack. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay. Then want to get rid of... I guess... Yeah. Do that. Okay. There we go. Then we're done that. After finishing the sum mods and ends, I stand by in the club room. The club room is quiet because Karara is the only other person here. I don't know about but if Yumina was here, it'd be a little livelier.
Ayumu, Yumina はどうしている?
She went somewhere after Tamori called for her. Do you need something from her?
いや、休養というほどではない。今日中に打ち合わせができれば問題はないだろ
う。You're planning something again, aren't you?
なんだその疑わしげな顔は。これまでもずっと私は勝つための方策を練っていたはずだぞ。
Well, sure, I know that, but sometimes you would rather cross the line.
何？バレないようにうまくやる。
Well, that's good. That's not the point. Though that is important, I'll grant you that. We've come this far because we followed Karara's way of doing things. In particular, that game, the article has helped us get it a lot better. Except I haven't used it this chapter yet. Also, I don't know if levels that you gain during the like, let's say that I had used the article, but then I had still failed. I don't know if I would have kept those levels. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. Though I'm still not really satisfied with the explanation that it is a game. Karara's hiding a lot of things from us. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. Also, I already decided that I won't pry too deeply into it. But this time, there's a question on my mind that I just can't push aside.
どうした?
Nothing.
言いたいことがあれば言ってみろ。自分の命と好奇心を天秤にかけてな。
You really should stop threatening people like that.
残念ながらこれが私のやり方だ。
She grins at me. It's that grin that we've been following that gives us confidence. But I can't let it slide like this. The mismatch in my mind makes me feel that way. Hey, can I ask you something?
お前は脅されるだけだと知って、まだ私に聞くのか?
Oh, come on. I don't feel like you would be able to dispose my body that easily. There's something that's bothering me, so I'll ask. Threats or no threats? Oh. The music just stopped. Things are getting serious. Doubts. We glare at each other for a moment. When she realizes that I'm not about to back down, she gives in.
聞きたいことというのは何だ?
Why did you make that face when you asked me about Yumina?
どんな表情をしていた? 自分の表情は見えないから、私本人には何もわからないが。
I do not recall what face she made either. I think that's not true. There's no way you wouldn't notice.
買いかぶられたものだな。
There's a lot I don't know about you, Chief, but I've been around you for a reasonable time now. I can tell when you're plain lying, and I'm not just saying that. I know very little about the person Kurokawa Kurara. I think I'm not so thick that I can't understand other people's feelings. But even so, I find myself unable to figure out what goes on inside her head.
仮の話をしようか。
Okay. Okay. I realize that Kurara is now wearing a serious expression. More tense now than when she looked so grim before.
この生徒会大戦が終わった後、今までの生活に戻れないとする。
Future?
そうだとしても、お前はこのまま選挙活動を続けていられるか？
Wait, are you saying... Well, the campaign would be over if you're talking about... Never mind. I'm just gonna not... What? This is about what will happen afterward. It's what Yumina talked about. But what does she mean things will go back to the way they were?
どうだ？このまま進めるか？
I helped out with the student council war stuff in part because I got mixed up in it. Though there's also the fact that I can't just leave a friend hanging. So when this is over, I will help Yumina as a member of the student council.
そうか。
Kurara nods. She seems satisfied. But somehow she also seems sad. So, what kind of thought was that?
何？生徒会役員になってしまえば、もうこれまでのようにダラダラとは過ごせないと言いたかっただけだ。
Uh-huh. Slack off.
生徒会役員といえば、全生徒の規範となるべきものだぞ。注目も浴びるだろうな。
Irk.
つまりは、覚悟を決めろということだ。それに、目の前にはまだ、あの神楽那由他が立ちはだかっている。
Don't worry, I will be doing my best to do it right this time.
未来を見据えるのもいいが、一足飛びに未来だけを手に入れるなど、できはしない。それを忘れるな。
It's true, I also hear that to get the true end, you have to do everything. It'll be forever. Chief? There's a serious tone in her words. Maybe she's still hiding something. Wait. Time traveler. She wasn't just trying to threaten me just now. She asked me because there's something else going on. About to ask her about it when the door opens. Come on, Yumina. Really? Everyone comes in. Yumina comes in, striking a triumphant pose. Tomori and I are behind her. Hey, you're with them, I?
目的が同じだったみたいで、偶然一緒になった。
I don't remember what that objective was. Objective? Oh.
これ
Donuts? What's these? Are these all snacks?
購買部でご当地お菓子フェアやっててね。それにユミナを誘ったの。
Oh, goody. What, like a fly to a sugar cane?
私の体は一つ。旅行に行く暇があっても、全国を回るのは難しい。だから、せめての慰め。こういうのって一回食べると面白いけど、いつも食べたいって気はしないよね。デフォルトの味。全国規模の思考を舐めてはいけない。物理的には舐めるけど。沖縄名物シークワーサー。実物の味なんて知らないけど、それでいいの。
Three of them make a big fuss over their snacks. The serious atmosphere between me and Kurara from a moment ago is gone. Man.
ちょっと歩む。何しけた顔してるのよ。ほら、分けてあげるから一緒に喜びなさい。
Hey, Chief, I don't think she understands why I feel like this.
いつものことだ。放っておけ。
Sigh. I don't want to ask Kurara some more questions, but there's no way I'm going to get anywhere in this situation. I filed my questions away in my head for another time. Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds like a time travel skill to me right there. Well, I'll just update the save again in case something Happens. Okay, day 9, AM, club room. Oh, this is a training one. But, her thing right here is available. So, I'm gonna do that. And then, it says that I have training for the afternoon. And then I have day 10 as optional things. So, if I'm... actually, no. I don't... No, I'm not going to be able to pull it off. There's too many other scenes that I'd have to do to get to Ayumu's skill. So, gonna do... Because we're partners. And then training, and then
お
random
い
stuff.
歩夢、こんなところに連れてきてどうしようと言うんだ。
Actually, I'm going to stop the recording for... Actually, nah. Never mind. Voice resounds in the old school building. Korra's voice doesn't sound so much displeased as it sounds amused. In order to clear up the doubts I've been having lately, I've taken her to the space behind the old school building. Thinking about recent events, I think that Korra has a tendency to cover some things up in the presence of others, especially Yumina. That's why I took her here, so there would be no interruptions.
まあ、大体はわかるがな。
Yeah, probably. Well, that makes this easier. You see...
告白だろ?
How did you know? Excuse me?
人気のない場所に異性の先輩。かっこ、例えば、頼りがいのある妖艶な美女、かっこ閉じるを呼び出す理由など限られる。
It's gonna underline that part of the sentence.
流され気味で、どうしようもないヘタレな男が、ようやく自分の気持ちを認めた。そんなところか。
Yeah, so that's not it. Actually, could you please stop being around the bush?
なんだ、つまらんな。ツッコミに差異がないぞ。
You shouldn't even start with that to begin with. In fact, that kind of joke is something I expect from mine, not from you. And in my exasperation, I realize that I'm being sidetracked again. I glare at her a little, and she smiles half-heartedly. You know, there are some things that I just can't get off my mind. For example, how did you manage to keep the debate club running even though you were the only member?
私の力をもってすれば、維持しておくのはそう難しくはない。
Okay, I get that, but even if you could, that doesn't explain why you did it. Korra does all sorts of shady business behind the scenes. She's capable of things I can't even dream of. But I don't think she's quite doing everything that's been going on that way. You have a reason for doing what you're doing, don't you? Reason worth going to great lengths.
やれやれ。ユミナなら簡単に流してくれたんだろうがな。
That's...
だが、論絶部について聞いてどうする？
Well, I like to get all these mysteries settled before the final battle.
それが論絶部のことか。
I know there's a policy of not asking, but I'm worried.
わけのわからない部活にユミナを任せてはおけない。つまり、そう言いたいんだな。
That's not it. I'm worried about... well, about you.
は？私が心配だと？
Korra looks genuinely surprised, which is rare. As for me, a piece of the puzzle just fell into place. Korra was running the club all by herself, and as our first fight dragged on, she's come to look increasingly grim. Even though we're winning our battles, you don't seem very happy about it.
それは目標までの一段に過ぎ、ぬか喜びをするのも無駄だろう。
I'm just waiting for her to have the CG. Wait a moment. Okay, back for the serious scene. You may have a point there, but that's not all. Chief, you think that the end of the Student Council War is something to look forward to, don't you? Her face contorts for a moment. It must have hit a nerve. Growing more and more convinced of my hypothesis. Unless I miss my guess, you enjoy fighting for victory with the rest of us like this.
ああ、その見立ては間違っていない。
So aren't you thinking about what will happen after this? You don't want this to end, do you?
どうしてそう思う？
Well, She doesn't have any close associates other than us, does she? But I can't say that to her face. It would only hurt her pride, and I'm in a lower class than her, so it's not my place to point that out. No matter how deeply I sympathize with her. I just know. I know how you feel.
そこで必死に涙をこらえている様子がどうも尺に触るんだが。
The debate club will continue to exist even after the final round of this election. It may not be exactly the same. Ayumu, I get the feeling what you're about to say is going to be completely off correctly. I thought Ayumu was so smart.
すまないな。気を使わせたか。
I'm just gonna call this right out. Ayumu's going to think that what Kurara is upset about. I can't remember what year Kurara is in. But if I'm correct in that she's a senior, he thinks that she's worried about the fact that she's going to be graduating.
お前にそんなことを思われていたとはな。どう返したものか迷うところだ。
Kurara gives me a smile. It's a fleeting smile that doesn't look at home on her face. I can't stop myself from taking a closer look.
なんだその目は。じろじろ見るんじゃない。
Whoa. She suddenly takes a step forward. It falls over. I instinctively take a step back, but I trip and land on my butt.
何をやっているんだ、前は。
That is, you came toward me so suddenly.
ドギマギした。とでも言いたいのかわかりやすいやつだ。
Quickly try to get up, but when I see the amused look on her face, I stop. I fold my legs instead and heave a sigh. When she sees that, she gives me a warm smile.
お前は奇妙な男だな。ユミナ以上だ。
Appreciation time. Also, guess one of my predictions that I didn't say out loud did not come true. Hey, that's not nice. Now I feel like I'm some kind of weirdo.
面倒くさがりで、すべてをどうでもいいと感じているようにも見えるが、時折妙に人がいい。だが、ありがとう。さっきの気遣いは悪くはなかったぞ。的外れではあるがな。
Well, you're welcome. Right now, she doesn't look like a devil who just successfully performed an evil deed. Her current smile tells me that she genuinely feels good about the situation. And for some reason, her words of thanks don't sound sarcastic at all. Even if I didn't guess it right, I think I got the intended result.
歩む。少しだけ言っておこう。
Huh?
お前はさっき、私が生徒会大戦が終わるのを嫌がっていると言ったが、それは私だけか？
Who knows? Maybe I'm thinking a little like that as well.
ユミナもお前も、この間から妙に先のことを気にしているように見えた。二人とも、この先も論絶部が全員一緒にいると口にしていた。そういう確約を欲していたのだろう。我々は選挙を勝ち抜くために手を組んだ。だが、そのつながりに愛着を持ってしまった。だから、続く先があると信じ、終わりがあるなどとは思いたくない。
That's... Words ring true. Can't say anything back because I know that.
それを踏まえた上で、もう一度聞くぞ。お前。
She wasn't talking. You said I didn't guess right. That means you're worried about something else. Is she worrying about her partners? Then maybe I could do something about that. But what if she's worrying about something deeper?
歩む。お前だから、私はここまで話した。私を理解しようとする意志、気遣う心、 それを持っているお前にな。
Dots.
今になってそんな奴が現れるというのも皮肉な話だがな。
Cora mutters under her breath, then smiles. I recall that wistful look in her eyes just now. I wonder why. Despite the fact that she's not the same as always, I find myself wanting to be with her more strongly than ever. She's not looking at me, but it feels as if her eyes see straight into my heart. But I can't find the words to say back. I just stare at her face in silence.
まあ、ここまで来たのだからな。目標のさらに先へ考えがいってしまうのも必然といえば必然か。
If you say so. The end is in sight. That is probably one of the reasons. But I don't think that's why I said the words I said, or my heart is acting like this. I have no idea what the reason for that is, though.
ユミナには話すな。あれは余計なことを考えると力が発揮できない。
I know.
歩む。私たちは仲間だ。少なくとも私は仲間だと思っている。だから、そんな気持ちを持たせてくれたお前たちには、これでも感謝しているんだ。
Chief, you're right. I'm glad to hear that.
さて、部室に行くぞ。
She claps her hands, signaling the end of our conversation.
仕事はまだ残っている。部長がいつまでも開けておくのは良くないだろうしな。
By the time she starts walking, she's back to her usual self. Though she still inspires confidence, there's a weakness about her that fits her short build. I wonder if I can protect her in case something happens.
ぼーっとするな。置いていくぞ。
Okay, okay. Quickly follow her, my thoughts still in my mind. Firstly, my Kokoro just broke row. 2, at times like these, even though I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that I'm on Karaura's route, I like to think that happened because you know what I mean. You probably don't know what I mean. But there's sometimes when I play games and they have multiple routes, and then I'll go back to do a different route, and then like it eludes the things in other routes. Wait, that's not the same as this one. Either way, so it's all optional things for the next day and a half, which is basically at least one training, and then I'll just do random stuff. So I haven't done the speech yet though, but I'm going to keep the final 3 slots for the next video because this one has been like an hour long or something, and I've kind of humaned it out. Literally, I think I've been playing for like 3 hours. And really, I only got like 4 parts worth because of when I messed up sometimes or something like that. I don't know. I wasn't counting. Either way, I need to make the parts and then put one up and everything. But oh god, I'm just imagining, because I'm doing so many, I recorded so much one after another. You guys have probably commented, by the time you're watching this, you've probably, at least from what I've seen, you've probably commented a few times, being like, oh, make sure you do this before you go to fight her, or, oh, make sure you do this when you're fighting her. And I'm just gonna have to be like, I've already recorded a lot of it, and I can't be like, oh yeah, I just failed right away, because I mean, that'll spoil the surprise of this video. So, yeah, that'll happen. Anyways, yeah. So next part, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing training. And then I'll be doing training while I watch Netflix on my PlayStation 4. That's basically how it's gonna work out. And then when I'm done training, so she's level 17, so I have to be, I'll try to get level 20 if I can. Anyways, blah blah blah. We just got CG. Actually, yeah, wait a moment. You guys don't care. But I'm just gonna point something out that I dislike. Exit the title. This right here. You can't look at the CG gallery yet. Can't look at anything yet. Anyways, yes. See you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the super long one here. You probably didn't. Maybe you did. Maybe you were just as happy to see Kurara right there. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I don't care if it took me like an hour and a half or however long it did to get to that. That right there, that was worth it. That was worth it. See you in the next part. Bye.